Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, we're gonna check out Wooyoung's Artist of the Month performance for Studio Choom. I have never seen so many requests for one single Ateez member. It seems like everybody has been captivated by his performance here, and the fact that this has 2.6 million views, that's incredible. That's amazing. It's very telling on what I'm about to witness. Okay, can't wait to see this. Let's go check this out. And by the way, if you guys are interested, I did react to all of the episodes of Kingdom on my Patreon. So if you guys are interested in that, links down below. So what I'll do is the same as what I did with Jeji, which is watch the entire thing first and then dissect what I can. This styling is great. Oh, that tongue. Okay, that thing already. Very musical theater. Oh, this is very musical theater. Oh my god, that was very timid. Love the inspiration. Hey, man, his command on the facial expressions. Ooh, okay. So much control and freedom at the same time. Controlling freedom. That's a very hard thing to combine. That was cool. Oh shit. He has great dynamics to this. Wow, that was beautiful. Ready for this? I don't think I was ready for that. That's very Michael Jackson. Oh, lucky guy. Touching Wooyoung's face. Wow. There's a lot of control in the abdomen area for that. So this is like, oh my god, this is a very sensual choreo. Boom. Okay. Oh wow. Performance director BB Trippin, choreographer BB Trippin, and Mr. Force. Knew it. It has a very BB Trippin vibe. Okay, let's. First of all, the command in his performance it's really captivating. Like with that just like the the tongue like in the in the cheek. It's very you can tell he thinks of these things, but the way it comes out is very effortless. And that's the same technique as when you're acting. You think of the intention and what you want to do in a certain moments, but you don't over rehearse it, so that when the moment comes, it comes out naturally and effortlessly. Because if you rehearse it too much with the facial expressions and the way, like, you know, I'm gonna do this specific facial expression in this specific area, it's gonna look very robotic. It's gonna look very fake. But he's doing an incredible job with his facial expressions. Moving on. Just want to point that out. See that part? So that backwards hop, it's very jazz and musical theater. I've only really seen that more so commonly used in jazz, that backwards thing, especially because of the hands. You know, it is very jazzy, right? And the way he executed as well. So that's a suspense thing too. I actually just talked about this in my 17 video. You're creating an illusion of suspension in the air. It requires stiffening and establishing that move up in the air so that our vision absorbs the information that they're there. It's a static enough image in our heads as the audience, and that's what creates the suspension in our minds. Be another hymn. That shit is over. Finally you found yourself a friend. Great footwork there. You run them over. Ever since the start of that part, oh my god, that's just a gorgeous body lines here. Friend, and you run them over. Ever since the start of the I can't get over it. Hold on. Friend, and you run them over. This is hip hop jazz. Like, I think that's what it is. But look at his positioning. Look at his body line. That is incredible. You know what? I'm actually very surprised that he ended up looking like this. That is a very jazz position. I would have never expected him to create this body line in this moment. This is jazz hip hop, and that is a rare combination. We don't usually see a combination where it's both hip hop and jazz influenced. Normally, when people dance if they're a hip hop dancer and they create more of and they dance jazz genre, the technicalities don't always show. And by technicalities, I mean the body positioning, where your toes are placed, how your hands are, the execution is different. Because hip hop, as we know, is very free. It's very free. But what I was saying earlier is that he is mixing both freedom and control at the same time. That is a very difficult thing to do. By free, I mean, there's individualities, and what we see in groups that have more of an individual vibe. When they dance like that, the vibe is different per person. If you look at people dancing, they're not all the same way. They're not dancing all the same way. They're showing their individual styles. But in jazz and ballet, those very technically based training and styles, genres, those ones, you should expect that each person have this exact same look and style, and the way they're executing these body movements, it should all look the same, because that's the genre, that's the technicality of it. What Wooyoung is doing here is he's mixing both freedom, the individual style of dancing, and then when it comes to the moments where it's very jazz based, he executes the technical aspect of that genre of jazz. This is your example of it. That's a very beautiful body line that would pass in a musical theater jazz setting, even down to his feet and the way he's looking down. That like kind of movement and flair, that's beautiful. See, these are all very individual stylistic choices. I hope you guys don't take it into offense comparing him to Taemin in that moment. I think I mean it in a really good, positive way. It's just the vibration is incredible, and like boom, that part, that is amazing. That's artistry right there. He utilized his frame. It's almost like Taemin, with Taemin, mixture of femininity and masculinity is very evident. We know that. Wooyoung is a very masculine dancer, I feel like, from all of the other choreos. But there, he showed a little bit of femininity in a very positive way. Like, look at that. Right? Beautiful. It's a mixture of femininity and masculinity. It's just incredible to see. And I think that's a beautiful thing to have if you're a male dancer, if you can, and vice versa. And if you're a girl, if you can combine both femininity and masculinity when it calls for it, do it. And the thing is, like, growing up, I've always been told, you know, that like dance is very synonymous with gay, because a lot of it growing up was very the body lines and the way you move your hips, the way you dance is just, I was always told that dancing was gay. It's only for women, it's only for girls. The more I get into it, and the more people I meet and broaden my horizon, it's not just for girls, it's for everybody. It's an expression, it's music made visual, it's an expression of movement. Boom. That's very like cha-cha almost. Very fluid execution there. That, amen. See, I've never really seen him do levels, and that I feel like this was the first time I've seen him do levels. It's not really his fault, because, you know, some choreos don't call for it. Nice. Oh, okay. He is incredibly good looking. I noticed that right away. My first reaction to Ateez was Hala Hala, and he had that one, I think he was the ending fairy for that. Noticed it right away. This one though, okay, so this, you can't just be flinging yourself. You can't just let all your body weight, you know, flop in that. I know you're being carried, but for them to be able to carry you as easily as possible, you need to stiffen your whole body and control it. You can't just like let your, you know, legs flop at the back. Maybe like kind of control it together. So because the more close you are to your body, the easier it is for people to carry you. If you're flinging everywhere, it's not going to work. It's going to be, of course they would be able to do it, but the overall image, it will look sloppy. And that flip too, right? So when he flips his body in the air, the legs can't just like, you know, come apart. It needs to stay together. And I think we see that here. Right? He stays quite straight, close to his body. That will allow that turn to be faster. That one too. Same idea, suspension. To make it all the same level, same height. Nice. So I've always mentioned this. Wooyoung had a very public growth in terms of dancing. He wasn't this good when I first saw him. He was good, but he wasn't this good. I think he really grew into himself, and so many of you guys did mention that like he became a little bit more confident with himself. That plays a huge part into being able to project yourself in front of your audience. You can be the most talented person, but if you don't have the confidence to be in front of people and to show what you can do, it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. That's why you see a lot of people in Hollywood who aren't the best actors or actresses, and they get the gigs because they have the confidence to be in front of the camera, in front of a whole crew, in front of a billionaire or a millionaire producer, and execute your work to the best of your ability. So if you can be the best actor, for example, but if you're in front of a camera and you freeze, forget it. It's not gonna work. So with this one, same idea. If what you guys are saying is correct, that he developed, you know, his confidence, and he just really kind of showed off his full potential. Mind you, if he's also training continuously, that helps a lot as well. I think he has I think here he has shown us different sides of him, like the feminine masculinity hybrid there, and his technical aspects in there, technical training with the jazz. It really shows. He's really moved himself to the forefront of the dance community within K-pop. Because of Wooyoung's growth, it's very well earned, definitely. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, do like and subscribe, and if you do subscribe, make sure you tick that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. If you'd like to get to know more about me, do check out my Instagram and Twitter down below.